Hi guys, Maria here. I'm a yoga teacher in New York City. I'm here with the Run Experience and I'm going to take you guys through the top 3 yoga poses for runners. Let's get started. The 3 poses I'm going to take you through today are going to help release tension in the hips and the legs. So if you're someone who has tightness in either of those areas, this is going to be really great for you. Definitely do this after a run when the body is warm and open. And then you can do this as often as you're running, so that might be once a day. Or even if you're doing these exercises 1 time a week, that's going to really benefit you and that'll be really great for the body as well. Let's get started. The first pose we're going to practice is called half split. So this is really going to help us open up the backs of the legs, the hamstrings. So the first thing to do is come to a downward facing dog. So you'll take your hands to a mat or just a space that you've created for yourself where your body can fit. And then you'll tuck both toes behind you and take the hips up and back. When you get into your downward facing dog, you might pedal out the feet or bend alternating knees just to gently open up the backs of the legs here. Good. And then from here, take the right foot all the way forward between the hands. If you need to take the right hand to scoot the right foot up, definitely do that. And then drop the right or the left knee down to the mat and untuck the toes. At this point, you might want to take the hands to blocks. You could use yoga blocks for this, or you could use a thick book. It just is going to bring the floor a little bit closer to you. From there, you're going to start to shift the hips back and flex the right foot. So the toes will come in towards the face. Breathe in to take the chest forward. Breathe out, fold forward any amount, and try to let the head go heavy so we're not holding in the neck or the shoulders. And then pull the right hip back. And it's totally fine to have a little bend in the knee here if this is too much on the hamstring. It's really important to be kind to yourself here so that you're not overstretching. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more round here. Inhale. Exhale. To come out of this, you're just gonna take the hips back forward, step onto the right foot. You'll tuck the left toes, lift the left knee. And then we'll step back to downward facing dog. You can keep the hands on the blocks in your down dog. From here, we'll step the left foot forward. Same thing on the other side, always making sure to do both sides, and then drop the right knee down, untuck the right toes. Same thing here, begin to shift the hips back any amount. You might stop anywhere along the way. Hands to the blocks, toes might come up towards the face. Breathe in to lift the chest. Breathe out, fold forward. If you want a deeper stretch on either side, you might walk the left hand to the side and then the right hand will come outside the left foot. This will give you just a little bit more stretch in the hamstring. Same thing here, letting the head fall heavy, letting the shoulders come away from the ears. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more here, inhale. Exhale. If you've got the hands outside the left foot, bring them back to frame the foot. And then we'll step onto the left foot. You'll bend the left knee, tuck the right toes, lift the right knee, and then just step back to downward facing dog. Once again, you can pedal out the feet, continuing to open up the backs of the legs. From here, you can take the knees down to the mat. That's half split. The next pose we're going to practice is called half frog. And this is going to be really great for the fronts of the legs or where our quadriceps are. So first thing, bring the hands to the mat and just step into a plank pose or the top of a push-up. And then from here, you're just gonna slowly lower all the way to your belly. You're gonna bring the forearms to the mat. And then before you do anything else, just do a double check. So make sure that the forearms are parallel to one another and that the elbows are underneath the shoulders. And the fingertips can spread wide. From here, you'll take the right forearm across the front of the mat, just at a diagonal, and you'll use the left hamstring to pull the left heel in towards the butt. The left hand will reach back for the inner edge of the foot, and then you'll just pull the heel down towards the outer edge of your left hip. So it isn't gonna go straight back, it's gonna come a little to the side. And then from here, you can swivel the fingertips forward so that the fingertips are facing the same ways as the toes, and the elbow will go up to the ceiling. From here, you want to take the chest forward towards the front of your mat or your space and keep pressing into the right forearm So you're lifting the chest, you're not sinking into the right shoulder. And then take a breath in. You should be feeling a big stretch in the front of the left leg here. Breathe out. Breathe in. Keep pressing the right toe down into the mat here. Breathe out. One more. Inhale. Exhale. And then without flinging it at all, gently release the leg down. The left forearm will come to replace the right at a diagonal in the front of the mat. And then the right heel will come in towards the right butt. Right hand reaches back for the inner edge of the foot, and then you'll pull the heel down toward the outer edge of the right hip. The fingertips will swivel forward, elbow goes up to the ceiling, and then turn the chest as much as is available forward. Keep pressing into the left forearm so that the chest stays lifted. Breathe in. Breathe out. If this is too much for you, you can always release the heel away from the butt, any amount here. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more. Inhale. Exhale. From here, gently release the foot down. Forearm comes back to the mat. And then I recommend taking the elbows to the side, making a little pillow with the hands. Take the forehead down, because you probably also feel a little bit of a stretch in the back. That was also a gentle back bend. So just allowing the spine to come back to its neutral setting will be nice here after this stretch. Plus, you've worked really hard on your run and you deserve to chill out for a second too. And then from here, you can just bring the hands underneath you, come back to hands and knees. Half frog pose. The next pose we're gonna practice is called Pigeon Pose. And for this pose, it's gonna be helpful to have something, a prop essentially. So having a pillow might be nice. You can also use a blanket. And we'll also wanna use maybe a block or a thick book. So move those to the side for now. And then bring the hands to the mat, tuck the toes, and find a downward facing dog. From here, breathe in to lift the left leg up any amount. And on the exhale, you'll bring the knee all the way forward towards the nose, and then you'll take the shin across the front of the mat. There's no need for the shin to be exactly parallel with the front of the mat. You can have it bent quite a bit, whatever's comfortable. And then the right knee, you'll just scoot the knee back as far as you can and untuck the right toes. Take a look back behind you to make sure that the toes are pointing straight back behind the knee and the hip. From here, I recommend taking a pillow or a blanket and propping your left hip up a bit, depending on how much flexibility you have on that side. And then from here, we're just gonna walk the hands forward. Another recommendation is to take a block for your forehead. So you can just place it in front of you, walk the hands forward any amount. You might even stop on the forearms. You might even place the forearms on the block here and stay. If you want to take it further, that's when you will walk the hands forward. And you might even rest the forehead on your block. Another version is to take the forehead all the way to the mat or the floor. And then see if you can send your breath to where you have tension in the body. Usually you'll feel some tension in the outer left hip. So consciously breathing in, sending breath to that area, and then breathing out, seeing if you can soften, holding less. Most of these postures become a little bit more comfortable when we're able to relax into them, even though our body wants to tense up. Take another round of breath in and out. And then wherever you are, slowly begin to walk the hands back underneath the shoulders. You'll tuck the right toes, lift the right knee, lift yourself up, remove your block, and then both hands to the mat, step back to a downward facing dog. Same thing here, you can pedal out the feet just to release the hips a little bit here. And then we'll take the other side. Breathe in, lift the right leg any amount behind you. Breathe out, take the knee and the shin forward. Once again, it doesn't have to be parallel to the front of your mat or your space. And then sink the hips down. You'll tuck the left toe and scoot that knee back, and then you can release the toe as well, making sure that everything's in line here. The toe is in line with the knee and the hip. We'll take our pillow and set it up underneath the right hip. Same thing here. A blanket works really well for this as well. No need to have a pillow. And then breathe in to lift the chest. Breathe out, begin to walk the hands forward any amount. Same thing. Forearms are good. Maybe the forearms are propped up on a block or two or your book. Or maybe you walk the forehead all the way down to the mat. You might use the breath to go deeper into this posture, using each exhale to deepen a little bit further. And then you might even rock the head side to side, giving yourself a little massage on the forehead, reminding yourself to release tension in the furrow of the brow, the jaw, also releasing in the right hip. Taking one more round of breath here in and out. And then when you're ready, of course you can stay in these postures longer if you need. Begin to walk the hands back underneath the shoulders. You'll tuck the left toes, lift the left knee, just so you can lift the hips a bit here. Remove your prop. Press into both hands, right foot steps back for downward facing dog. Pedal out the feet. And then come to the knees. Half pigeon pose. Hi guys, Maria here. I'm here with the Run Experience. Wait, cut, let's start over. I'm gonna take you through the top 3 poses, yoga, damn it, start over. The yoga teachers that's like, fuck. And you're probably recording that. Okay, do it again. Let's get started. Thanks for joining, guys. If you want more of this, do it again. Thanks so much for joining, guys. Feel free to come back to this video to follow along with these postures. If any of these felt hard for you, or that the hips you could really feel the tightness in your hips or your legs, I always say practice makes progress. So keep coming back to them, keep using your breath to work into them easily. If you want more content like this, more yoga and meditation content, check out my channel. It's called Yoga with Maria. We'll link it below so you have access to that. Otherwise, hit the big red subscribe button if you haven't already for the Run Experience. They're coming out with new videos every week. See you guys next time.